Alright, so checking sets this evening here. We've got this nice big coon. You can see got a back foot catch. This was a dirt hole right on the edge of this kind of a crop field CRP transition here. This was a coyote set actually, but it caught this nice big coon, so it's a good deal. Get this guy out of here and move on. Alright, so out here putting a few sets in today, setting up this new piece of property. And you can see there's a patch of timber behind me here. Got some hay fields around, but right here you go down there and there's another patch of timber down there. And so what this does is this kind of makes a funnel point. You know, the critters go back and forth, and if you can see that there, it's pretty distinct. That would be the coon trail right there, and it meanders on. And usually I like to find this, you can find this on top of a ridge. It's really the shortest distance between 2 points is where you'll find these kind of trails. So you know, real nice defined coon trail there. And he goes off into the sticker bushes and meanders on in there. So you know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to intercept them before they get out here. And I went ahead and I've made 3 sets just right in there. And I went ahead and I've made a couple sets down over there in those trees. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to intercept the coons before they get out here. And then I also want to put a couple canine sets on top of this ridge because it's also a good spot. So by doing this, hopefully we'll give them grab them coons before they get out here and booger up my my canine sets. So anyway, you guys see something like that where you're from, need to be setting it. Alright, so Rebel Dog went to check traps with me today, and nice thing about bringing him along with me is whenever you get the coon, he takes it back to the truck for you, even in the daytime. Good job, buddy. So I got a nice big boar coon here. I thought I'd hit record, and I didn't hit record on that on the catch, but I caught him in a dog proof. And old Rebel Dog here, you gonna pack it back to the truck? Attaboy. Pack it back to the truck for me. There you go. Good job, buddy. Alright, so we're checking sets this evening. It's about to get dark. Come up on this set here, and we got ourselves this is a nice big boar coon. What this set is, it's a blind set. You can see the high creek bank there, and just as it was right there on that point, them coons got to travel on a certain area of ground if they don't want to get down in the water. And so right here was the trap, and there was a little dished out area. I could see where they were walking, and you can see this old guy, he stepped in that 1.5 double jaw, blind set, no bait. This was the second check on this. They didn't move last night, but they really moved today. I just had it toggled off here to this root. The idea was that he'd pull that toggle off and get down in the water or get away from the set and not destroy it, but he didn't get the toggle pulled. It must have been stuck down in there a little better than I thought. So anyway, no big deal. We'll remake that set real quick and take care of this nice boar coon here. Alright, so checking sets this evening here. You can see I've got this real small coon. Obviously we're gonna let this guy go. There's no need to be taking these small critters, especially with the market the way it is. So, you know, the way I release my critters is I always carry a release pole with me. It's a 2-foot hog catcher. Fits in a pack basket, it's light, and you can release any critter with this little small 2-foot catch pole. You know, you don't need that big giant 4-footer everybody wants to carry around. So real simple. I'm just gonna put this around his neck, pin his head down, this is a dog proof, take the trap off, and he'll go free. Now he's gonna scream and waller around, but you know, he's just scared. It's not like I'm hurting him or anything. So, you know, it's real easy, it doesn't take any amount of time. We'll just put it around his neck here, pin it down. Real easy. Boom, there he goes. Running down the creek, all functioning 4 feet. to grow up. You know, there's no need to be taken. That coon there would have stretched out to a large. There's no need to be taking coons that are going to stretch out to large in this quote economy. You know, it just does not pay. So that's how we do it. Rebait, hope for a bigger one. All right, so we're checking sets this evening. I'm getting everything freshened up. We're gonna have a big front move through tonight, so I want everything tip-top shape here. You know, these critters, they're gonna move tonight with this big front. We're gonna go from, you know, 50 degrees down to you know, in the teens in the next 48 hours. So these critters are finally gonna start moving. We're finally getting our cooler, colder, you know, weather. So anyway, got this big bore coon here in a dog proof. I just got it dragged off here, or toggled off, however you want to say it. And you know, big bore coon in a dog proof. It's just a dried up creek bank. This creek usually has water in it, but we've had such a drought lately that just looking for tracks in the sand here. But seen some and set the dog proof right in line, and boom, big nice bore coon. So anyway, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy taken care of, and then we can go ahead and finish checking the line here, and hopefully we got some more to bring you. All right, so checking sets here. It's getting dark. I checked this set the other day, and I brought you guys along. Still running just a small line due to work schedule, but got this real nice looking big bore coon here. Got a nice good back on him, real kind of silvery for our area. Nice coon. Like I said, this is just entrance into the woods here off of a kind of a food plot bean field area. So like I said, I keep wanting to think I'll catch a coyote here. This is a good area for that, but gotta get these coons thinned out first. So anyway, it's a good deal. This is a nice good dark coon, big bore. We'll go ahead and take this guy. Been releasing a lot of coons this year. Anything that's not at least XL or bigger has been getting released. So you know, we'll let them go till prices get better. But this guy here, he's gonna come home with me. So I'll go ahead and take him, and we'll keep going on and check more sets here. All right, so we're checking sets today, and had a big front come through last night. Temperatures didn't get quite as cold as what they were saying. We had about 1.5 inches of snow on the ground this morning. It's pretty much all melted, but regardless, the front came through, and of course the critters moved, and I was setting up for that. So anyway, checking sets today here. Got this is a small coon here in a dog proof just along this creek. We're gonna let this guy go, of course. He's too small, but just right there in that little cut there, I've got a drowner, and I can see something floating. So that's good. We picked up 2 coons here. So I'll let this guy go real quick. I'll put the camera down, and then we'll check the other set here. So no need to keep these small coons here whenever the market's down like this. We'll catch them next year. All right, so we're just down from just right there was the set that had that small coon that we let go. I come down here, and the creek got a little narrower here, so and it got a little deeper. So I put it in drown set. See, just right there, looks to be a nice big coon. It's good. There's the pocket right there. Just had the trap set in there and put him on this drowner. I'm in about knee deep water. You know, front foot catch knee deep water is a good enough depth to drown these coons, so that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy out of here, and we'll reset it for as long as we can. We got some real cold temperatures coming in, so probably only be able to let this set work for another, maybe tonight, tomorrow, and then everything's gonna freeze up. But try to get as many nights as I can out of this set. All right, checking sets today here. Day after a big front move through, so that's always a good check. Critters moved before that, and got here, nice big coon. This is just a kind of a drainage ditch going out into woods, timber area. Over you can see my side by side there. out into a field. This is just kind of their natural travel path. Had just a toggle for this coon, so it's a good deal. Hopefully there'll be a lot of fur today. Usually them fronts are good days. So, and I'm gonna get this guy taken care of and continue checking. All right. So coming down this old trail here, and I see I got that coon's wet. Well, that's a big coon. Big coon here in the on the 220. Get him out of here. I got that Conibear wired off to that tree. That's a perfect catch on that coon though, right behind the ears. That sucker didn't last long. You can tell he just kind of laid right there. So anyway, this is just a trail here. It's somewhat of a faint trail, but it's a small game trail, and you can see it kind of starts right there and it crosses this bigger trail here, and then it goes off down through and it goes kind of under that bunch of brush there. And I got a Conibear set on each side, and picked up this nice coon here. Rained last night, so he's all wet, but that's a nice one. So anyway, that's the beauty of these these Conibears like this, where if I'd put a foothold there, he'd have this area all tore up and I'd have to move the foothold. But with the Conibear, I can just set it just right back there. I just had it, like I said, wired off to that tree and just set across that path, and boom, I'll get this guy out, and in 30 seconds we'll be at least set up and ready to go and ready to catch another one. All right, so got this set remade. I always get questions about the height of the Conibears, and you can ask 100 people and get 105 different answers about Conibear height and trigger orientation and all that stuff. But for the most part, this is how I do it. You can see that Conibear is right there. That's a 220. We can use 220s here in Illinois, but like I said, be very conscious about where you're going to set this. I'm a long ways away. I'm a good half mile from any residence and anywhere there'll be canines or anything else. So I feel real safe setting this. I'm using a stabilizer, homemade stabilizer on this. I traditionally set my triggers on the bottom. I think it's more natural for a critter to have to push down. It's like pushing down grass. I know you'll get guys that say, they want to have the triggers on top. So it really makes no difference as long as your end result's something like that. But height, I find, now you guys saw that was a perfect catch right behind the ears on that coon. I like a minimum of 4 fingers. I like at least 4 fingers that I can slide underneath that Conibear, and that's usually right around 4.5 inches. And you got to remember, coons kind of walk at an angle with their ass higher than their head, and so he's kind of nosing down into that trap anyway. And I find you get real good head catches. Everybody wants to talk about these suitcase catches and everything, and that's fine and dandy. You got them, but your ideal perfect catch is just right here, right behind the ears. That critter will go down real quick, real humane, and you can see this set. There's nothing wrong with it. So anyway, that's my little intake on Conibears. All right, so checking sets here today. Had a little bit of rain and snow and just kind of nasty weather. Had a front move through, so anyway, checking these sets here. Got this possum here in this coyote set. This is just kind of the edge of a field, the timber. This was a remake already. I'd already caught a coon in here. It was intended for a coyote set, but you can see now this possum here, he's got this set all boogered up. We got some real cold temperatures coming in here. Down possibly single digits and whatnot within the next few days. So instead of remaking this set a third time here, I'm gonna let this possum go, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this set, and I'll just remake another one back over there in the dry ground. There's just no need to be setting in a mud hole here. So I get a lot of questions on the remakes, and if at all possible, a remake, of course. This was a remake that made this catch, and then But at some point you just got to call her quits and just move the set over. I've got another set just over there around the corner, but you know, I always like to have at least one set on each side of a corner. I find that sometimes you'll double up, and it's just a good thing to have. So anyway, I'm gonna get this guy released here, and then we'll go ahead and put in a fresh set over there.